We're here today at 67 Temple Avenue in York. My name is Nigel Ingram. I'm the Director of Development and Asset Management at the Joseph Rowntree Housing Trust. The Joseph Rowntree organisation has been around since 1904, and its sister company, the Joseph Rowntree Foundation, has been formed since the 60s. We own a number of properties in this area of Temple Avenue, and this particular one was chosen to enhance its environmental credentials because there are hundreds of this particular property type in and around York and the region. This home started with a very massive carbon footprint of nearly 6 tonnes, and one of our objectives was obviously to reduce that, not only for the benefit of the atmosphere receiving that carbon, but predominantly for the residents that are going to move in. And we've been very successful with that objective. We chose 67 Temple Avenue to reduce the carbon footprint that it had. It was over 6 tonnes. And since we've been involved, we've got that down to 1.3 tonnes. We've also achieved a 77% improvement in the heating and hot water situation. And for the house as a whole, that's down to 66% improvement from when we started. But let me take you inside and show you the details. The challenges facing us at 67 Temple Avenue were predominantly down to the fabric and how poor an insulator it was and how much it leaked, and the poor heating system that was in the home at the time. So those were the areas that we focused on. Here in the living room, we replastered the walls and insulated the floor because surprisingly a degree of heat was escaping from the floor. We also put a new combi condensing boiler in, which isn't particularly special but affected the performance significantly. On the outside of the home we placed an insulation product and then a rain screen cladding on it, and that has had dramatic impact. It's like putting a thermal blanket on the old hot water cylinders but doing it for the outside of the house. And those gave us great benefits. We also sealed up a lot of the joints from which the house was emitting heat into the atmosphere, and that was very successful. We also put triple glazing in for the first time, so the whole house was wrapped up. Renewable technologies were then brought in once we got the fabric right, and we chose to put solar thermal on the roof to help with the hot water provision. And finally, we did put, and it's very important this particular bit, what's known as a mechanical ventilation and heat recovery system to make sure that fresh, clean air was coming into the home and you didn't have to open the windows to get that fresh air in. We were really keen to find out whether all this insulation and air tightness work was successful. And rather than patting ourselves on the back, we wanted it independently verified, so Leeds Metropolitan University became involved, and in fact were with us from the start. They did the air tightness tests, which improved threefold since for when we started. Also, the mean U value has improved by over 50%. Joseph Rowntree Housing Trust involvement doesn't stop with building the home. We will be providing significant resident advice, working with the resident to get the most out of the home, and one of those things will be by providing an energy monitor so the resident can see day to day what and where their energy is being used. Joseph Rowntree are delighted to be involved with this Sustainable Energy Academy and the SuperHomes project. But independent of that, this is an ongoing endeavour into retrofitting existing properties and trying to reduce their carbon footprint and the energy bills that residents have to pay. There are numerous other projects that it has in the pipeline, and it will publish this material so that all concerned and trying to improve those particular aspects of their home can learn from.
This house is part of the Old Home SuperHome group of houses which have all saved at least 60% of their carbon.